All right, D Kane's World, man. We are back, and I have a very special guest. This is a very important one. This one means a lot to me, just because like ever since I met you guys have always been super solid to me, and like just always show major love. So this one makes me feel real good in the heart. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, welcome JJ Aldrich. You know, how are you?
Thank you. I'm excited to be on.
Thank you very much. That's awesome. So I just want to say, because last time I saw you guys, you know, was the Vegas one, and man, that was an awesome time. And one reason that I like you guys so much is because like in the past, at least in my past times, like I've been washed and met you guys, and you guys have never, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you guys have never like hated on me or like judged me or nothing. I'm different now, but I'm saying, like, in the past I would come washed and meet you guys and you guys were just always so gracious and loving towards me. So I appreciate that to the fullest, you know?
Yeah, you've always been super cool, and no matter what, I'm just enjoying yourself, but it's not like you've always been super chill. So we've appreciated that as well.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome to hear. Because sometimes I be feeling like, damn, sometimes I get too, you know what I mean? Like too turns up, you know, it's fights and everything like that. And I just don't want to embarrass you guys or embarrass myself either.
No, not at all.
All right, cool. All right, that's all. Because I always think about it, especially the last trip was just a shit show. So for me, the last one was shitty. So I was just that ran through my mind a lot of times. Just if I embarrassed anybody or myself in that process, you know. But,
no, not at all. I mean, it was a big pay-per-view first. It was your first time in Vegas, right?
Yeah, that was my first time in Vegas.
You went a little too hard.
Yeah, I just exactly. I went a little too crazy. But all right, that makes me feel better, because that always ran through the back of my mind. If like I'm, you know. But all right, cool, perfect. So you're fighting Cortney Casey.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Cortney Casey, March 13th.
March 13th. That's next weekend, not this weekend. Next weekend.
Yep. Next.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I'm super excited. I'm just excited to be back in there. It's been, like you said, it's been a while, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's been over a year, and that's the longest time that I've ever had off. And so I'm really just excited to get back in there, get back to doing what I love, and experience it again.
Nice. Yeah. I do want to talk about that, because I do love that fight. I do love Cortney Casey. That fight for you, it's a great fight. And I've been following you since like Tough 23. That's what it was, right? Tough 23. I always wondered, because I know your career from that time and on. I've followed you since then, because that's like when I found you, like became aware of you. But before that, like, how did you? I want to start from like the beginning. How did you like first enter in like mixed martial arts?
Yeah, so my mom put me in Taekwondo when I was real young. I was 9, and mostly just for self-defense. But I fell in love with it. I just fell in love with being a martial artist, and that's my biggest thing going through the years, just continuing to be a martial artist. And it just progressed from there. I started doing jiu-jitsu, and then I found like a rec center that had like a little MMA class group, and did that twice a week. And I just kept going. I had my first Muay Thai fight when I was 16. I had my first MMA fight right before I turned 18. And yeah, just kept going from there, just kept fighting. I love it. And I just love the progression of it. You know, it's an art form, and you can never stop learning and progressing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Did you fight in Invicta?
Yeah, I had my pro debut in Invicta.
Okay.
So I fought a lot locally, but it was kind of hard for us to find fights here in Colorado for me. But it was actually really beneficial for me. I got to travel a lot as an amateur. I went to Hawaii 3 times, New Mexico, all over the place. And it was really beneficial for me. So when I did turn pro and fighting on the big cards, it wasn't the first time I had traveled to fight. So it worked out for the best. I fought a lot of tough fights. I had 12 amateur fights, not including like the Muay Thai fights and all that. And then, yeah, when we were ready to go pro, we hit up Invicta, and I made my debut on Invicta. I fought for them 3 times. And then I went and tried out for the Tough show. And, you know, I only had 3 fights, so I didn't even know if I was going to get on. But I didn't want to let that opportunity slip away. So we're like, screw it, just go and try, you know. So we went out and tried, and we got on. they only picked up a few people from my season. They didn't pick me up right away.
Really?
Which actually worked out for the best. You know, I was able to go and have a couple more fights and get a little bit more experience. With that, I fought in a show in like Oklahoma, just super, super small show. And then I went and fought again for Invicta. And then they called me. It was funny because I had lost Tough to Tatiana.
Mm-hmm.
And she was going to fight Juliana Lima for her first UFC fight. And she ended up having to pull off. I think she got hurt. I don't remember exactly why. So they called me last minute, so it was kind of crazy. I took her spot.
Oh, damn.
She beat me on the show,
That's
you know?
crazy.
It kind of
Yeah.
came full circle. But yeah, it was cool, and so I made my debut there on a week's notice after Thanksgiving, and I had fought 2 weeks before, or maybe 3 weeks before that for Invicta.
Damn.
So it was a crazy little ride.
Okay. So when you said because you lost in the Ultimate Fighter, right? And then so you said that they called you because Tatiana was supposed to make her, I'm assuming, like actual debut. She pulled out for whatever. Yeah. And then they called. That's when you made. This was after Tough when you made that first fight versus.
Yeah. So I
right. That's right.
Fight after Tough.
That's right.
And then she fought like for the finale or whatever, but she was gonna fight her, and she had to end up pulling out. And they called me right after my Invicta fight. And it was kind of crazy how it worked out too, because Ashley Yoder, we were on the season together, and then we ended up fighting on Invictus together. And then they called her like 3 weeks before the fight, and then called me like 2 weeks before the fight. And we ended up making our UFC debuts together on the same fight card in New York. So it was kind of crazy. It was a cool experience, and we kind of went through a roller coaster together and ended up fighting on the same card. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah. So did you meet Ashley Yoder in the house, or did you knew her before that?
No. We met in the house, and we just grew pretty close.
That's tight.
We were on the same team and just became friends, and friends ever since.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's kind of cool because she was going to fight last weekend. It sucks that her fight got pulled, but then they rescheduled her, and now she'll be on the same card with me again. So it's kind of cool.
Oh, so she's fighting Angela Hill on the 13th with you?
Yeah, on the 13th
that's
with
dope.
me. Yep.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, because I wondered that because when I saw you guys in Vegas, I was like, damn, I wonder if they were cool before the show or if you guys. So that's kind of dope that you built like a lifetime like relationship with her from.
Yeah, and I've gone out there and trained, and then when she fought in the Denver card, she came to stay with me for like a month before her fight.
That's cool. Yeah, damn. So this is how many flyweight? Is this like your fourth flyweight fight? Third?
Be my fourth.
Your fourth, yeah. See, this I think the first.
Yep.
I think I went to all your. I think I went to all your flyweight fights. Now that I think about it.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. This is the first one.
Your first one, huh?
I know that I can't go to. But I was wondering, like, since they're in Vegas, like, do people go? Not like they're gonna go to the fights, but do people like show up in Vegas just because like they know where the fights are gonna be? You know what I mean? And just be chilling.
Yeah.
Or no?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know how open Vegas is right now. I don't know if like you go to beat up and watch it or Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I know we're quarantined to a hotel, so we're not really allowed to go out.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know. I was just wondering like if people do that shit. Cause I was like, man, people just pop up.
Probably. I mean, I think Vegas is going to start opening up a little bit more and stuff. So maybe we'll see more and more of that. But this is going to be my first time fighting
since during
COVID.
Yeah.
So I don't really know like how everything's been run. I mean, I know like my teammates have fought and everything else, but we'll see how it goes. Have you gone to any COVID fights or whatever you call it? Like no, you haven't gone at all or anything. I haven't been to a fight or anything. Well, I went to a fight after mine, but yeah, since the whole COVID thing shut down, I haven't been to any fights. Yeah, how's training been like with all this? Is Colorado? How is Denver? Because you guys, I know like lots of like it's became liberal, like rural liberal, like over there in Colorado. It's like California a lot. You know what I mean? So is it? Yeah, are you guys shut down? It was pretty locked down for a good month or so. We were pretty locked down, but I don't think it was as bad as California. Just as far as you guys sounded like you had it pretty rough. I don't know. It just shut down. We just can't do nothing. Everything's locked down. No gyms, no nothing. Nothing's here. Yeah, that's crazy. I know the gyms, like the big like 24 and those kind of gyms have been shut down. They're open now, but at first they're locked down like completely. But they're open now. You guys can regular people just can go to gyms. Yeah. You just have to they have like a certain you have to like go on your app and like reserve
See the
your time
capacity
slot.
or whatever, how many people.
Yeah, but we haven't had a problem yet with it. I mean, there's like 80 spots available when you go and reserve your thing. So it's been pretty chill. And then as far as like just training otherwise, you know, I had hurt my hand, so there wasn't much I could do anyway besides, you know, stuff here and there. So, you know, it did affect me in a lot of ways, but not as bad as some people.
Yeah. So when did your hand, because I remember you broke your hand, right? When did that like finally heal? Because it kind of was hurting the perfect timing.
I feel like.
Yeah, it was kind of perfect timing though, because you heard it. You fought last January, or not last, the January before that, right? And then your hand was broken, and then COVID hit, and then it was like, well, we can't do shit anyway.
Yeah,
so
I couldn't do anyway. You know, so it kind of helps, I guess, being not as depressed because it's like I can't do anything because my hand, but the gyms are closed anyway, so nobody can really train.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you know, it helps in some ways, but. Yeah, and then the gym started opening back up and just slowly. And, you know, my hand took longer than we would have liked to, but I also didn't want to rush it and just break it again in my next fight. So I feel like everything worked out, you know, everything happens for a reason, and it broke at a time that maybe it needed to. And I feel like we took our time healing it and did everything right. So. We'll see.
Nice. Yeah. So when you made the decision to like move to flyweight, did you do that because like you're like fuck this weight cut, or you were just like flyweight's just perfect for me? That's like more walk around weight, and you were just like I don't want to go back.
Yeah, I think the weight cut was starting to get a little bit too much. You know, it started. I feel like it was damaging my metabolism for sure. I would walk around, and every time I would cut, I swear I'd get bigger and then drop.
It'd get harder and harder.
Yeah. It was just, and now that I fight at flyweight, I don't gain as much at a fight camp.
That's weird.
And I just feel like I'm not like messing with my body and stuff as much, so it's regulating finally. But I would go from like 155 to 115. Like,
oh my god,
it was rough.
Damn,
it was really rough.
I wonder what. So you'd bounce back, like after you'd cut weight, you would blow back, you'd blow up, and then it would just keep
blow
going
back
high.
Up, like,
oh shit.
Yes, it was like I started at like 148, 149. Just every time it would get heavier and heavier. I'm like, oh, I can't.
Yeah, that's damn.
So when they opened the flyweight division originally, I knew I would probably eventually go up.
Yeah.
And it's been really good for me just being able to. I still eat super clean, but it's more of a.
Yeah, you're probably watching everything though at 15, like, you know what I mean? Probably, right? Like.
Yeah, there's no room for error.
Yeah.
100%, no carbs, no sugar, no nothing.
Yeah,
or however long the fight week is, running like ridiculous amount. I mean, I was in shape, but
yeah, but still,
I was also tearing my body down.
Yeah, that's it. So you have no plan. You're like, fuck that. I'm not going back.
Yeah, I was trying. They better never ever get rid of the flyweight.
That's what's up.
Oh,
that's what's up.
I go up to 35.
She said, nah, hell no. Yeah, that's crazy.
No.
That's good. Well, you've looked really good at flyweight since you've been there. So, like, I thought you basically last fight. I don't know. You won that fight to me. That's how I saw it. You know. And then, yeah, that night was crazy because I remember that was like the first. That was the first fight of the night. I think in 246, right? Second.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, and that was like the last thing I remember, and I was like. And I remember, here's the crazy part, because I remember they announced the judges. I don't want to disrespect, but like they announced this specific judge, and I was like, uh-oh. And then fucking I felt like they messed that up completely. I feel like everybody thought they messed that up completely, but
yeah, you know, like I do believe I won it, but at the same time, like it shouldn't have been that close. You know, I want to be the best in the world, and if I leave doubt in the judges' minds, then it wasn't, you know.
But at the same time, I don't think it was close. I felt like I remember it being like 2-1 at the most, but that's how I looked at it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel I get salty when people fuck up shit like that. But
no, I was salty too. Like,
yeah,
I
remember.
Just the loss, it was the broken hand on top of it and having to be out. So I was definitely super salty for a long time. But
did you know it was broken right away? Like after the fight, did you know?
No, actually, it was crazy. I think I broke it in the second round because I remember hitting her forehead real hard. But I don't remember, like, my hand didn't hurt. And then after the decision, I was just so mad. And went to back, and they had me checked out by the doctor right away in the medical tent.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, I was taking my gloves off. They're like, how's your hand? I'm like, fine. Like, I didn't feel nothing. And then I went to the locker room, and I started changing. And then when I, like, grabbed my shirt to change, like I felt my bone pop.
Oh shit.
And I was like, so I went to my coaches. I was like, hey, I think I need to see the doctor again. They're like, why? I was like, I think I might have broke my hand. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, look. And then, like, every time I would open my hand, my bone would pop down. And then if I close it, it popped back up. I was like, I think it's broke. And then, I mean, we were hoping it was just broken. We didn't need, like, surgery, maybe a cast. But no.
You needed all of it, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So when do you guys go to Vegas? You're in Denver right now, right?
Yeah, we're in Denver. We leave for Vegas Tuesday morning.
Are you guys driving or flying?
Flying. We drove last time, but
it's a long drive.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah, it is a long drive.
Yeah, I feel like if you don't have a van,
and then also you never know with the weather. We have to go to the mountains.
Yeah.
So
that's terrible. So what is like when you got? So what day will you get there?
Tuesday morning.
And then you quarantined. They have you quarantined for days or like a couple days before you could.
We were told we did a at-home COVID test on Wednesday. We had to like.
You do it yourself?
The swab up our own nose. Yeah, it was not fun. But
how do you know how deep to go? Do they? Because I know people were saying it's kind of brutal going up the nasal. How do you know how deep to go? To the
they said put it up there, and then I think if you weren't up there high enough, they're like shove it up more.
Oh, they watch you do it. Oh, they
yeah, it's like a Zoom
meeting. Oh shit, they guide you through it. Oh,
yeah, it was like a Zoom meeting, and they sit there and watch you, and they count down.
Oh, damn. For a certain seconds, like, nope, higher, 3 more seconds. Damn.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So we had to experience that. Mike was all pacing back and forth. But it ended up not
being nervous? He was nervous about it? I would have been too, though, because I don't like things in my nose like that, you know? But that's crazy.
But it wasn't that bad. But, yeah, I think we get there Tuesday. They do a test there, and then I think we have to quarantine in our room until they get the results back.
Nice. And then after that, what does like fight week consist of? Like for you guys?
Like I said, this is my first one. But normally, like we'll go out, like go to the store, get what we need, chill, work out, obviously, and just try to just be in a good mood, have fun. But this week we're gonna see. I think we're gonna be a little bit more stuck at the hotel. But I think the good thing about Vegas is with the PI. You know, you get out.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Work out in, so you're not like stuck in your hotel room.
Yeah, the whole time. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's cool. And then you weigh in and then fight. Damn.
Right.
Yeah, I like this fight a lot with Cortney Casey. It's a great fight.
Yeah, they actually called me for that fight in like June, I think it was, but my hand was still in the cast, and so I had to turn it down. And then, so when I was ready to go and they offered it to me again, I was really excited because I hate feeling like I missed out on an opportunity.
Yeah. Well, that's cool because obviously she wasn't tripping.
It's a great fight. She's super tough and she's going to stand there and bang it out like I am. And, that's the kind of fight I'm excited about. And coming off of the year, it's just something like get me amped up again.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I was talking to Mike about it. I was like, dude, that's a great fight for you, That's a great fight because you know it's going to stay on the feet most likely. I would assume, just in my opinion. But that's a great fight. I love these type of fights. Just a striking match. It's going to be sick.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then this is going to be very similar to like the Ultimate Fighter days, like no fans.
Yeah, I'm actually I was a little bit nervous with the whole COVID thing and no fans, but then it's like, I was on the Ultimate Fighter. And I fought twice there with no crowd and just crickets. And I think there's actually more people there for the UFC as far as like staff and stuff like that than was for the Ultimate Fighter. The Ultimate Fighter was literally like your coaches, your team.
There was no family for those, huh? No family or anything?
So I had to fight to get in the house, and we were allowed to bring a couple family members. So the first fight, there's a good group of people, like maybe like 2 bleachers full of people. But yeah, for the fight on the actual show, no one, nobody, just your fans or your teammates and your coaches
and it's 6 weeks. So yeah, and it's the coaches obviously that are assigned for the show, right? It's not no extra.
Yeah, and even like when we fought to get on the house, like you could bring your coaches, but they had to sit in the bleachers, and you're getting coached by somebody you met 2 days ago.
So what happens in between rounds during that fight? You just go and no one's there? You just sit there by yourself, or?
No, the coaches. So So it was kind of crazy. They had it like, we weighed in. We all weighed in, not knowing who we're fighting. We all weighed in, and then after weighing, we had like maybe 2 hours to like eat and stuff. They put us all on a shuttle, and then we went to the tough house and sat in the shuttle for like 2 hours after weighing. It was terrible. And then they bring us all in, and then they match us up there. So you don't know who you're fighting till the night before you fight them. And so then we showed up the day of the fight, and they had us all separated in locker rooms. And so I had been in Joanna's locker room, so they cornered us, and then the other ones were Claudia. And it was just by random draw. And then after our fight, whoever fights to get in, we all stand there, and then they just start picking.
Damn.
So it just worked out that I had originally been there. And so their coaches coach you, but like everybody's coaches are in the bleachers.
Yeah,
also
people are yelling.
You know?
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. So you know your opponent literally like 24 hours before. What's that like? Like you do, because you normally want people to look and see like, or are you familiar with the people that are also trying out too? Like from the circuit.
Yeah, pretty much. I think word of mouth got out on who was going to be on the show. So we kind of like looked at just everybody just in case, you know. So I kind of at least saw everybody's fight, and then it ended up being the girl I fought to get on the show. It was kind of crazy because she was sitting behind me in the shuttle for 2 hours, and we were waiting to get matched up. She sat behind me, and so it was kind of crazy. I don't know, and I don't even know how. I think the matchmakers match you like based on whatever they're looking for, you know.
Yeah.
But
damn. Well, that's cool. That's crazy though. At the same time, to be matched up 24 hours ahead. So
I mean, it's definitely an experience. Even the fights, like I fought on like I think I fought on like a Tuesday, maybe a Friday or something like that to get in, and I think I fought like 10 days later. You know?
So when you get in, do they let you know like so you won that fight, right? And then they're like, hey, you're in, or are they like? Does it take a process? And then how long to get from that point?
No, as soon as you won your fight, you knew you were in, and then they gathered us all up, kicked everybody out of the gym, and then we all stood there. They flipped a coin to see who gets the first pick, and then they just started picking teams.
Was that on the show? That part, the enter part? That was?
Yeah, it's on the very first episode, I think.
Damn, I can't remember.
It's been a while since the Ultimate Fighter's
been
on. I'm excited for it to come back.
I know. That's where I started. I remember being a kid watching the Ultimate Fighter on like Wednesdays or Thursdays on the couch as a little kid. And now,
yeah, me too. I grew up watching that show.
I know. It's crazy.
Crazy.
That's what's up. All right. So I don't want to take all your time, but if everything like moves perfectly next Saturday, what do you want to stay active, or are you trying to like? You know, do you have plans?
Yeah, I definitely want to make up for last year in a way, you know. I mean, I shouldn't say make up. I feel like I grew a lot over the last year, so I can't say make up. But, yeah, I definitely want to stay active. I mean, more active than once I, you know, in the last, 15 months
I know, that's crazy.
is more active. So, but I always say that, and I always end up fighting like 3 times a year. So, anything's better than 15 months, I guess. So,
yeah, nice. Are you guys gonna watch the fights this weekend?
Yeah, for sure. We watch.
You watch fights? Okay. Do you have any thoughts on like all 3 title fights? Just curious.
Oh my gosh, it's such a stacked card. Yeah, I don't know. If any of the belts change hands, I think maybe the Jan versus Sterling fight, maybe.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think the belts stay the same.
Really?
Yeah.
You think Jan beats Jan Blachowicz beats Izzy?
You know, it's hard to say. I want to say
he
might pull it out, but I don't know. I think the Polish power might be good.
Dude, I know. I go back and forth on that fight a lot. I in my head, at least, I go back and forth on that fight. And then I agree.
I think technically Izzy might have an advantage over him, but I do think that guy hits hard.
Yeah, I do too. I agree. And he's got brutal kicks. His kicks are fucking brutal. Yeah, those are nasty. But I agree with the Aljo fight. I feel like if somebody, I feel like Amanda Nunes is going to do her thing. And then Aljo, I feel like if there is somebody to snatch something, I could feel like Aljo could pull it off and get that, you know.
Yeah, I think that's the most up in the air title fight for me. The other two, I feel like I don't feel like anyone's beating Amanda. You know.
I agree. I feel I agree with that. I feel like that's not gonna happen. And then, but I was just curious mostly on the Izzy fight because a lot of people think Izzy's gonna go in there and just snatch the belt, and I'm like, man, that's a tough one, you know, because that fool has brick hands and brutal kicks. It's just nasty.
He's just dead. He just hits hard. You can tell.
Yeah. Exactly. But man, dude, thank you for doing this, bro. Like this shit means the world to me, you know, because like this is like legit like things that I enjoy doing, talking to people and picking brains. You know what I'm saying? And for you, somebody that I put like you guys are my favorite type of people. You know what I'm saying? First off, you guys are like my favorite fighters. So it's like I'm talking to like it's like I put it into perspective like if people are like basketball fans, like they're talking to like LeBron James and shit. So it's like when I'm talking to you guys, I'm like. Or if I'm texting Mike, I'm like, bro, this is fucking, you know what I'm saying, though? Like, it's like...
Yeah, I think it's important for everyone to remember, like, even, like, basketball players, whatever, like, we're just normal people, too, you know? Like,
yeah, and that's the whole thing is, like, you guys are so, like, nice and respectful to me, and it's, like, it's just, like, a cool friendship, you know what I'm saying? And I just, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, you know what I mean? So, thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this.
Well, I appreciate you having me on. It was fun. I'll have to come back on after my fight, maybe.
That'd be dope. That would be super dope. We could chop it up. We could definitely chop it up some more. Thank you, JJ.
Awesome. Of course. Thank you.
All right. See you guys.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Holy, bro. And my fucking dude. 2% on my goddamn laptop. I started getting nervous. That's why I wrapped it up. I kind of wanted to keep going, but I was like, I have 2% on my laptop, so I was like, shit, bro, I gotta. God, now I got 1%. I'm so lucky I wrapped that up, bro. I got 1%. I should have been I wasn't on top of things. I should have been fucking on point. My camera's still recording, though?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Everything went good.
God damn, bro. I have 1% left on my computer. And I got cotton mouth like a motherfucker, man. Well, goddamn. That's it, people. I didn't use any of my notes. I fucking stalled out one time where I felt a little bit of dead time, where I felt dead time once. But
for that long, it wasn't that bad.
For the most part though, I felt pretty cool about it. I feel like